the hang, and I think it looks cold outside. This is what we call the polk train. Alright, so I need to tell you about the last 24 hours. It's been crazy. Left Idaho Falls at 8 o'clock. Everything was going great. Went through Salt Lake City and then into the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul. And the flight coming out of Minneapolis, St. Paul, going to Duluth was delayed about a half hour. So finally I got to Duluth and Weird Eye was there waiting for me. What a great guy. Picked me up, gave me a ride, and truly just a great guy. He's going to be a great friend, lifetime friend. Well, we made the 1.5 hour drive to the trailhead, and it was pitch black. Snowing, it was cold, and the adventure was on. So we loaded up our packs, and we hit the trail, and I don't know how we did it, but we both missed the turn off to where the camp was, and that is where the adventure began. We seriously hiked, snowshoed last night for like almost 5 miles, up and down hills all over. Finally, we were just about ready to set up camp on our own and just find a place to, because we were tired. It was like almost 9 o'clock at night. Finally, we saw what we thought was a little turn off, went and looked at it, and we'd walked right past these guys last night. We pulled in and we were tired and thirsty and hungry, and what was so cool about it is they had this huge fire, there was food, we set up our hammocks and got dinner and just hung out by the fire and warmed ourselves, and it was nice. It's a huge fire. I'll show you the fire pit here in just a little bit. This huge canopy over it. I'm telling you, when these guys build a fire out here in Minnesota, it's the real deal. I've never seen anything like it. But it was dark. We didn't even see where we were even in the woods when we got here last night. Really just ballparked some trees and hung up, and it really turned out to be a nice night. Probably went to bed about, I'd say 11 or 11:30. I think it's about 8:30 right now, and I slept like a rock. I think the temperatures got to, I don't know, 2 or 3 below. Let's look and see what this is. So right now it's 0. It got to 2 below. According to this, we'll compare that with the other guys' thermometers, which is really not that cold, but the wind blew all night long. In fact, you can still see my tarp blowing right here. It blew on us pretty good. There was a couple times where it was gusting hard, so I think with the wind chill factor, we got a little bit colder than that. Sun's starting to peek up. Look at that. Now these guys are getting up, starting to gather wood, so I guess I really need to go help them. So that's what I'm going to go do.
I might have one in my truck. Is that bacon? Yeah, I'm making breakfast with you. There goes the freeway.
How they got that to split those two trees, you'll never know. Yeah, that was impressive, right?
One's dead, one's not.
Because, you know, this is all we did the whole time. And he's smiling, look at that! Smiling while he's sawing.
Take care, thanks.
Do you ever wear
It's our wood stash. That may last us for a day. And it might not. I've already made a couple hauls. It's nice. You go out and grab wood to stay warm. And then come back and hang out.
And that's it, I'm out there by myself. They were walking by, I'm trying to get clothes and stuff at a lot of
we're on the top.
you can buy another 3 or 4 feet tall and you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, that hopes they start going here.
Gotta be getting weak.
That's the sprinkler system. When the rope burns, it drops it down and puts the fire on.
These are the videotapes that follow down.
It melts on top of all of us.
Just coffee probably ought to be moved over. Don't have to run out of cats. Don't kill your cats when it's wet. Once it's dry, it's fine. So, no, it's just really toxic to cats. You don't want to make it up wet.
A couple of dead cats hanging around.
We used to have a dozen to wet.
You just like tips as much as you like your cat. You gotta find a way it all.
I don't care about my cat.
It works.
Ooh, that'd be
He can do snakes and everything else.
You can spray it on your hammock netting and
It puts it in.
Bam! That's just me. You just want to get up and hit that guy.
Alright, I'll show you the walkway. I'll show you the walkway up to the fire pit. Blazed this in the middle of the night last night. That's looking back at camp. Check out the dome in the woods. So underneath that there's a great big fire and it kind of heats up into the dome. We got cook kits and all sorts of cool stuff up there. Check out that sweet setup. That is awesome. Alright, I just want to show you my setup here. And how I hung my fly and my hammock, and we had a lot of wind last night, so the wind was coming from that direction, so that was the side I kept the snow up. I'll show you so you can see the fly actually is pretty much even with the snow. I didn't chomp any of that down, used it. All I did is put my snow stakes in here, let them set up, using a line lock for the pull out. And then up here, I'm actually using a line lock on the ridge line. It goes up, swings around the tree, and that is a quilt hook. And then I got the tree strap with the Dutch hook coming down, Dutch buckle onto whoopies. And then the hammock, which there's nothing new to see there. I do have one, this is the door I go in, so one door's tied out. And I just have it hooked to a little branch here. That's also on a line lock. And then on this side, it's kind of a walkway right there. But even still, with this snow over here on this side, it still gave a pretty good wind draft. These are tied in with snow stakes. And then I have the tie outs, and I have both of them coming this way just to a little willow over there. The reason why I only did the pull outs on one side is that's the side I get in and out of, so it opens up, and then the other side is pretty much right next to me when I sleep. Kept the wind right off, give a nice barrier right there. And then the doors on this end, again, are with the line lock, and they're crisscrossed going into the tree. And then they're just tucked together right there. So that's what that looks like. It's pulled a little bit weird because that tie out over there is at a pretty steep angle, but at the end of the day you're there just to have it block the wind and snow. This is a little bit open, but honestly it's good to have a little bit of a breeze coming through. I didn't have any condensation or anything. So if you get it locked down, like in the sock world, you can get condensation and that's fine. I don't like it, so I have that open so a little bit of breeze will just roll right through. Make it nice. Alright, as far as insulation, I have a 0-degree incubator and a 0-degree burrow. Both of them are overstuffed. When I ordered them from Adam, or Stormcrow over there at Hammock Gear, I told him that I wanted it to be good down to 10 below. I'm not sure how much overstuff is in it. He just did it that way, and that works really good in Idaho weather. And I mean, I was crazy warm here last night because it didn't get that cold. I think it was only 2 below. It is made out of that new argon material, which is pretty wind resistant. So even though there was a little bit of wind that came through, I didn't feel any heat loss. So this is the Hammock Gear underquilt. It's that new argon material. And my Hammock Gear top quilt. Custom. That means lots of overstuff. So that's what I slept in. It's pretty nice. We thought we'd go for a walk in the woods. Ha ha! Bushwhack. Oh, that's water. That's water. Yeah, that's water. I'm like, my snowshoe just got really heavy. Oh! That is a lot of water.
Oh, that's a ton of water.
That's a ton of water.
I'm gonna say something because we saw water at these last It looks flushy over there too. If you look far ashore, I see some dark.
I'm definitely gonna have to clean mine off. Look at that. It's like a brick.
Take a little break.
That's crazy.
I missed it. Well, good.
Superior Lake. Boy, that's huge. It's almost like an ocean looking.
Yeah.
It's cool with the lights coming out through the clouds too.
Yeah.
Very cool.